Welcome to the spot, Real Talk. My name is Tiffany,
I'm Ron.
and we have a couple guest spotters back with us. Tierra's out this week, but we have Monique Nicole from the Jasmine brand. We have Haas the Pen from Philly, and Tierra's out this week. I already said that, but we'll be back in 3 minutes.
3 minutes? How about 30
No,
seconds?
I'll just be back in a couple minutes. We're back and we're discussing Raising Kanan, episode 6. It's a businessman. And I like this episode. I want to tell you, I'm wearing this t-shirt that says, I'm protecting my peace, but you can catch these hands. And I'm wearing this t-shirt in solidarity with Lou.
Hey.
And we won't start there, but I just want to let y'all know off the break that I'm wearing this t-shirt.
Lou is back. He is back.
Lou is back. Hey, when you push somebody.
Absolutely.
Look, yeah. He gets game ball for me.
Yeah, listen. Anyway.
They were thinking he's soft. He's losing himself, but he's showing I'm still Lou.
Listen, you keep pushing somebody.
Listen, the internet has tried to punk my man Lulu these last few weeks. I'm not here for it, but look. He redeemed himself. He's back.
Yes.
You can't with him.
You can't be sleeping on quiet people like that anyway.
I was saying the same thing. The most
quiet ones
are dangerous.
I said it last week.
Because he don't say a whole lot. He speaks with his eyes, and he doesn't give away much. But
I know you said you didn't want to start there, but there's so much to be said by Lou. But
hey, well, listen, we can talk about Lou. Let's talk about Lou.
My thing with Crown, at some point, Crown, you got to learn a lesson. When somebody clocks you the week before, you got to understand that he's not playing with you.
Yeah.
So, for you to go back and run your mouth and all the things that you've already put on top of Lou, you might as well have been on death row, bro, because that's what you were asking for, a sentence on death row.
He thought he had some backup with Rock, right? And now I'm seeing too, once the interaction, he didn't intend to kill when he was supposed to kill. So when he missed his shot compared to what he did to Crown, like so now I'm thinking because what was his name? Marvin, right? Not Marvin. What was the one in the bedroom with the situation with his girl, his face between the legs?
Worrell.
Remember, so now I'm thinking he didn't intentionally look to kill Worrell, right? He said the Tech 9 did jam, but now I'm thinking Worrell was meant to be around because now something else is going to happen with him. But he's showing he's back now. He in the studio. Everybody thought that he left the streets to be making music, so now he's showing that he's back. So it's some stuff going on with him, and he's going to show now that he's going to take the music game over.
Well, I think what it really shows, and I think we talked about it a little bit last week, Tiff, this really opens the door for him and Cartier to kind of do something. And
there it is.
So, because if you remember, Ziza walked in and said, okay, now what are we going to do with the body? And I like that. She seemed like she's, Team Lou. So, let's hope that she stays that way.
Or she Team Cartier.
Or Cartier, well, or both. But I think this is a golden opportunity for Lou, because one thing Crown said, which is probably true, he doesn't know the business. And if you're going to be in that kind of business, you got to know that business, backwards and forwards. You can't play with music business because it's just things change too often. Every 72 hours, you got something changing on you. So you got to know the business. So I think it really opens the door for him and Cartier to get with it.
That's an excellent point. I didn't even think about it. That's a really good point. But I will say, in the words of Courtney Kemp, Crown
brought his death.
He wrote his own death or whatever.
He brought his death. I was going to say that too.
When he went to sit with Rock, and he said it out of his own mouth. He said, if Lou finds out, he will kill me.
Yes, indeed.
You knew it. Now, don't get me wrong. A part of me, I might be alone on this. A part of me does feel bad because the grand scheme of things, Crown is innocent. He's not in the game. You know, he's like an innocent bystander a little bit, you know. And to be fair, you have this person kind of infringing on your business, taking over. I can see why he has a gripe with Lulu. I get it. You know,
that
was
the money up. That's why.
Well,
yeah.
If I'm a partner, well, Lou did bully him into being
saying, like, so I see both sides. You know what I'm saying? Lulu was the money man. Okay, I'm the money man. Well, let me get a part of this. Totally get it. I also get Crown's point. This is my stuff, and you coming taking over bullying me. So,
but hold on. Crown ain't innocent.
No,
that was the third strike. First off,
right.
He was sleeping with Lou's girl.
One strike one.
Which is a no-no.
He was sleeping with Lou's girl behind his back.
Right.
Yeah. And number two, he was sabotaging Lou in these streets. You know, because when he came in there he was talking trash to the radio place. You see him been delaying the records being played. Zisa said that, like Cartier ready to walk. He was sabotaging Lou behind the scenes. And the third strike was he went to Rock. To his big sister.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. I tell you what it is. I tell you what it is.
Yes.
You gotta know the company you keep. So if you know the company you keep, then you ought to play it like you know the company you keep. And the main thing is respect. Brothers gotta respect. You gotta respect the game. You gotta respect the talent. You gotta respect the people that you are in business with. And see what Crown was doing on every lap, disrespecting Lou.
It was.
So you know, so it's like I said, you put yourself on death row because everything you did was disrespectful.
It was.
I don't think
Go ahead, House.
I don't think that he knew what he was doing because, like, he doesn't come from the streets, right? And when Luke came in, it was about the money, right? So he probably felt as though he would be able to still run his business. But when Lou was trying to make a transition out of the street life into the music, so it's a learning process for him. So he didn't understand, like, you know, you don't come into the game just knowing how to make music. You got to learn how to make music. So it was a struggle for him because it was taking him a little while longer. And Crown was like, listen, like I'm trying to go. You know, we got these songs that we want to get played. We got people that's backing us. I'm ready to go. I'm not waiting on you to catch up. And that's where the process of understanding the street life.
But two things.
But he was slowing the process though with the songs because he remember they when they went to go talk to the guy, he was just like, oh.
But remember, Tiff, you know that's music industry stuff though. Right. You know they can slow a project down on purpose.
That's why I'm with Hassan. That's why I don't know what it is. Trust me, I didn't like Crown, so I don't know why I'm feeling conflicted. But I'm trying to. Hassan said it really great. I just don't.
I understand completely what you're saying.
I just still don't know if he deserved to be murdered. That's
of course.
No, because that he crossed the line. Like he went. First of all, like Ron said, you know the family he comes from. Like you know where that money has come from. You know, people in the streets know what Rock and them are about.
True.
And the fact was, Lou could have been killed him.
Right.
When Lou put his hands on him, that was a warning. Like
personal. That's
like,
personal.
Listen. Don't stop playing with me. And then even I'm just like he gave him so many chances.
You're right.
Like you know, say Hassan, you and I, you know, I'm more Crown, you more Lou. You and I go into business, and just like you said, the business moves. All Crown had to do was do his thing and say, Lou, you're gonna catch up or you're gonna slow down. You're gonna fall off. The whole point is, it's up to you to catch up, Lou. I'm gonna do my thing. You do your thing. You the money man. I'm the businessman. So if those two things never cross, and they shouldn't, then you should have had a nice, well-oiled machine. Let Lou do your thing, being the money man, until you learn, until you get up to speed, and let me do my thing, which is getting the music out. Right. But see, for some reason, Crown figured that he could disrespect Lou, because I'm gonna tell you, I ain't laying down with nobody's woman. particularly
all.
a dude
At all.
from the street and who has the family that Lou has.
Right.
I ain't doing it, period. But the mere fact that you're gonna do that with Lou and his family people,
Yeah.
I mean, you
Mess
just
with it.
asking. You know, when
Yes.
you dodged that bullet, you should have looked up to the Lord and said, "Thank you, Lord. I received your message because I'm gonna be on the straight and narrow from now."
Yeah.
And think about what Lou said to him. He said, you know, I was willing to look away about the woman because of the
But it's
business.
business.
He said, because this is business. But when you went to my sister, now Rock been in his butt. These past few episodes, Rock has been in his butt. Every minute she's chastising, and we know last season it was Marvin that she was always getting in his butt.
Yeah.
That now is Lou. Like, you know, she saw like when Unique said to Lou when they went for that meeting with Warrell, and we'll get back to that. But you know, when he put it in the head, like you slipping, like you didn't mean to kill Warrell. Look, you know, Rock heard that and she questioned him about. She brought it up, like, yeah, is it true? You weren't really trying to kill Warrell? Like
I think that was a tough love type of thing, where it's like, I'm trying to force you to come back in, right? Like, because you're slipping. So you either in or you out. You can't be, you know, a jack of all trade. You got to be a master at this game, which is our family game. So you got to come all the way back in. But that's why I think she tried to like shift him, like, all right, listen now.
She got in his head. That's why she told him.
But she gave Lou a cut card. She said, okay, I see that this is not what you want to do, so you're going to do you. She said that in the kitchen.
Yeah,
I mean,
but you know, she's the master manipulator.
She was manipulating him.
Well, I mean, I don't know, because he could have taken it face value and said, cool, I'm gone. He could have done that. I mean,
he did. Yeah, so
he did.
No, she said that after she dropped that bomb, though.
Yeah,
so because she knew she had already messed his head up. Like she let him know, like, hey.
But look, what was she doing to Crown? Because she should have known Lou would not be happy with that information.
That's why she said it, because it was control over Lou. When
so
Lou came over and said,
you think she gave him that information?
Gave him that battery.
Go back and take care of Crown to see what he's made of.
I think it's quite possible.
That too. Get your head right. Get your head right, and to remind him of who he is.
All right,
like because he sees himself as.
I do it too, because again, Crown said it. He said it. He marked his own. He said it. If Lou finds out, he will kill me. So Rock knew what she was doing when she put that battery in his. It was basically a battery in his back. Now I will throw her a little bit of a bone. It could have also been, you're my brother, I'm your sister, I'm gonna look out for you and put you on game and let you know. But
that's not Rock.
Could have also been.
She put it in.
Hey, 2 birds, 1 stone.
Of course she loves her brother, but she was trying to sun Lou at the same time. Like, you trying to get out of our business, but you ain't even handling your business over there. Because your man came to me and told me that he's trying to get you out of the game. So that, you know, especially coming from your big sister too. This is his big sister and she's the boss. So she sunned Lou. She put that in his head. She knew Lou was gonna be pissed like that. I mean, like Pac-Man, you know, his little ego was shot, and so you knew that Crown was gonna get it. That was the last straw. Because Unique said something to him. Rock been saying stuff to him, and then Crown ran his mouth in his face. He said, all you ever gonna be is Rock little brother. That was it. Like Courtney said, you buy your own death. I was like, he bought his death in that moment.
Like I said,
you said it.
You gotta respect.
Yeah, you're talking crazy to people, like you know.
But he in the street.
Yeah, I mean, people like this.
You said it too. Just because you make gangster music, don't make you gangster.
Exactly.
Right.
You let him know. You know. So
I was. Look.
But let me ask y'all something though. With Ziza coming in, like, obviously she's seen a dead body before. That wasn't her first dead body she's seen. So what does that say about her? What is she mixed up in? Is she
mixed up? Yes. Or she in the game too? Clearly,
because
the game.
Look who she worked for. Look who she's tied to.
She's tied to Cartier.
So I'm sure she's seen worse. She's seen worse. And you see how he handled that situation in the.
I was about to go there.
Oh, you want them hands, right? Oh, you want hands to help?
Oh, you want a hand?
I'm gonna use that one day. No, I ain't gonna use it. I'm just joking. But that was crazy though.
Yeah, and you know,
No.
we just had Omar Dorsey on
I know.
the show
I
a
watched
few
some of
days
it.
ago and stuff. So shout out to him.
Yeah.
And you guys got to
Great
check out
actor.
that
Great
interview
actor.
as well. It was a great interview. And I asked him during the interview if he was dangerous, and he said, yeah, he's dangerous. So we saw that he could be dangerous because he literally gave that man the hands.
Right, absolutely. Just for asking for help to put something in his car. Oh, you
But
need
he
a hand?
also,
All right,
but
I
he
got you.
interrupted.
He
He
interrupted.
interrupted him
That
while
too.
he was talking to Rock. So that was also a message I think he wanted to show
Rock.
his power to Rock too. Like,
He said,
don't get it twisted. I can get my hands dirty too.
and basically he said, you know, to Rock, you got to put your people in place. And
Yep.
so I think that was just a demonstration of, you know,
That's
of doing just that.
Right.
You know, I thought personally it was a bit much. I thought he could have, you know, handled it a little differently, but at the same token, he made the point made. Bro man came back though and said, job done. And he paid him. So I guess he got to learn a lesson himself.
Yeah, he did. He got a lesson. And Rock seemed like she was kind of impressed
He
too.
was like,
Oh yeah, you know
He
Rock.
was like,
Rock like that.
They're gonna wind up dealing with each other, them two. I see it. They're gonna wind
well,
up.
if she can learn
on
a
a
lot from him.
romantic or
Yeah.
business?
Maybe,
Both.
maybe at least she gonna
Both.
get some game from him.
Both.
I definitely she trying to soak up all this game because he's telling her about the different avenues in the street. Like he was like he got, you know, DC and Norfolk and Baltimore unlocked and stuff.
but
So
y'all-
open up.
Y'all
You
gotta
know what?
understand. Rock is a very intriguing woman, right? So he had his eyes on the prize when they first interacted. He looked up and down like, oh yeah, and he like, I know who you are. So he already did his homework on who she is.
Yeah.
Imagine them two together, right?
Oh my gosh, they can
Well,
run stuff.
And look at this. If Rock is as intuitive as we think she might be or could be,
She's playing chess.
no, look at this. When Cartier said, this area, New York, New Jersey, oversaturated. I'm down in VA, I'm down in DC.
Mhm.
Our Rock, that would have, because look at what
He was intrigued when he said it though.
Yeah, and look at where you are now. You got Neek running shotgun over what's going on in New Jersey, and you now got to report to him because the Italians made him over the game in New Jersey, and now you gotta, and you and Unique can't work together. Y'all know that.
Unique is playing chess. He can
Oh,
take
yeah,
her
both
business.
sides.
By the
Exactly.
end of the
And
season,
she gotta know that. She's got to know
she
that.
sees
She
it.
should.
She
She
sees it, but she knows to work with the Italian, she needs to play. And the thing is this though, what she underestimated, which is crazy. I was talking to, my fam about it when we were watching it, and I was like, you can't go in nobody's territory and not check in. How you think you're gonna go somewhere in somebody's city and just set up shop and think they're gonna just lie down? That's not happening. So she knew after the situation with them trying to assassinate her and everything and the stuff with Kanan, she knew that she had to play ball. They had to come to some type of agreement. So
that pisses me off because as smart as she is, she does a lot of dumb ish.
Exactly.
She did all of this, almost got she and her child killed just to go back and do the same ish that they offered her in the beginning. When they met up, he wrote a number down and said, and look what happened. You had to bring your ass right back and do the same. Why do you have to be hard-headed?
And Monique, to your point, had she taken the deal the first time, all she would have been doing was giving a cut. Now she's got to.
Now it's worse. Now it's actually worse because now you got Unique in his.
Exactly.
So look, and Lulu, what did Lulu say? He was right. He said,
was right.
We don't want to. That's why he was about to say, I apologize. That's when she cut him off. Like, no,
He didn't want to appear weak, but he was right all along.
He was right all along. So I can't.
Y'all notice why I said what I said in regards to when he came around? Like that's when the shift started. When she listened to him talk about, all his business endeavors and things of that nature, all the stuff that he's doing, right? And how when this last meeting happened, when he talks about all the stuff he's running,
You're talking about Cartier?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, Rock, like we're gonna take over the world. But she's basically feeding off of him. She's getting this information and bringing it back and adapting it in chess, right? What you got to do? You got to protect the queen, right?
Right.
She's playing chess. She's playing it, whereas she's going to come, she's going to tie in with him. She's going to get control of what he's doing too and start to learn, because she's very witty.
Oh, she's smart.
She's making a lot of mistakes.
Smart. She's doing that and stuff, but I also think she has a lot of hubris. Like, she thinks that she's the only one that's smart, and so when other folks are saying stuff to her, she's disregarding what they say, because Lou and Marvin talked about their concerns about Jersey and how they should go about it, and it took the attack on her life for her to see the light and for her to play ball.
But you know what? Once somebody puts an attack on my life, I will never trust you. I will never, ever trust you. If you're trying to kill me and my kids, I don't care what kind of, the question is, do you need the business in Jersey? That's the real question. Can you go and work with Cartier, or can you do what Cartier is doing? And do you need that business in Jersey? And Jersey is just a step over from New York. So do you really need that? Do you need that heat? Do you need all that? No.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? And Marvin said it. I can't remember if it was this episode or previous episode, but he said, is this even worth it? He said something.
It's not worth it.
To that effect. He's like, I don't think this even worth our time.
It's really not. It's really not, because think about it. I mean, if Jersey is just, it's just a line, a hop over from New York.
Yeah, it really is.
You in Jersey City, you might as well be in New York. So anybody that, so your clientele, even though you are concentrated in New York, your clientele could be coming from New Jersey too. So it's nothing that you probably already don't know. But my point is, it's not that big an area between Jersey and New York for you to take that risk dealing with the Italians. Like you said, just gonna walk in and think that they're gonna give up.
Nobody is gonna lay down.
Nobody, let alone the mob.
Yeah.
Mob, I mean, come on. I mean, so my point is, exactly what part of you do you think is so bad?
But remember the timing too, though. The time and era. It's not this day and time. This back then when this was really going on, right?
Well, remember now, back in the 90s is when the mob, 80s, 90s, 90s, the mob kind of started doing things a little differently. They started going more into business aspects. They were becoming politicians. They were, they really started getting into the business aspect. And you still had, I can't remember a couple of names that they were able to get down, and I want to be able to remember them.
Well, here in Philly, it was Frank Rizzo. They got Frank
Rizzo. You got, a couple of them went down.
Roy Molino. They would tell, Nicky Scarfo. Like it was a lot of stuff going on
70s,
at that time.
70s, 80s, and 70s, 80s. Yeah, they were. So they realized that they had to do things differently. But I'm saying for Rock, I mean.
And then she Black too. She's a woman, and
it was very
Black.
racial between Black and Italians during that time.
Exactly.
So.
And you gonna just come into town and say you're gonna do business?
It's always
something very. It was very subtle. But did y'all see how the camera panned when they shook hands and he put his hand on top? Did y'all?
Power play.
That's a power play.
Okay.
You're gonna shake hands, but I'm over you.
I'm over you.
I'm over you.
Over her. Yeah.
But that's how the Italians always shook hands too. The bosses.
Yeah, you got to know whose hand is on yours.
Think about that. We talk about Godfather of Harlem on this channel as well, and you saw the dynamics with Bumpy Johnson and the Italians and stuff then. And she think that she gonna just bounce over there and just run things? Nah. Right. And like I said, Unique is playing chess because he used that relationship with old boy he met in the Bing, and he's plugged in. And I think before the end of the season, like I said, that's one of my predictions. He's gonna be back on top. He about to take her business.
Oh yeah.
Remember, we go back. I said, I think she's gonna lose her life one day, and I think it's gonna be at the hands of him. Unique. Remember, I said that. Like, I think that's gonna be the person that take her out. But it's so crazy. Right now, we're getting a little bit of insight, right, in regards to what she used to be in regards to Omar Epps' character Howard in it, right? Because they were talking about opening up his file. He was undercover, so that's how Kanan got here.
Yeah, we saw that.
That's how Kanan got here. So now she's about to lose the relationship with her son. So that's why she's trying to elevate him in the game,
Exactly.
so she can keep control.
She's absolutely doing that. She is absolutely trying to keep Kanan occupied so he won't have any time to spend with Howard. Because we saw, since you introduced it, we saw that Howard was at the diner waiting for someone.
I thought it was his partner.
Yeah, I figured, I said he waiting either for his partner, he waiting on Kanan. And of course, Kanan never showed, and that was on purpose because Rock had him busy bringing him into the organization and everything. But that's all part of her plan to keep him away from Howard.
Very intentional.
And let me say this: I think when after Kanan got snatched, got his money, snatched up like that from Freddie. Looked at Kanan's eyes. That was the moment that he became
a man.
Because he said this ain't never going to happen to me again. And he made sure he did whatever he had to do. And when he caught Freddie, and Freddie said, "Oh, I looked in there and I knew, I was going to give it back," he beat the hell out of that man.
Yeah, he sure did.
And that was Kanan.
His introduction.
That was the introduction of Kanan being who we know he is in other Power episodes and seasons.
But then Rock. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish, man. I apologize.
No, I still think. I think the problem with Kanan is, Rock, like I think Marvin said, she counts every penny, and Kanan should have let her know what happened. He didn't let her know, and that could be a problem. Because
he did not let her know because it was his first day.
But that's
I know that's what he should have done. But he's a kid, and his first thing was he didn't want to tell her that on the very first day that she let him back in the business, he got jacked.
Well,
that's why he took it upon himself to get
him being a young kid. He should have known from all his other previous mistakes and should have known it is better to tell my mom the truth.
Exactly. And another thing, when a banker, a banker can go from one jurisdiction to another. He hands the money off to a security guard or somebody who is armed. Nobody you're going to send your son who's never done this before, has no knowledge of what to do or anything like that. And you're going to give him the money and expect him to make to come out like that unscathed. You should have had muscle behind him. You should have had something. Training doesn't have to be that hard. You can train the guy by, helping him out a little bit. You could have given him somebody to that's muscle. They could have made sure that transaction took place. But you just sent him out there with a bag.
But you know why she felt safe though, Ryan?
No.
Look how everybody else walks around. The big chains, the cars,
and he's a kid, and he just had his
book bag.
I was
shocked.
But with Famous got that big old chain around his neck, even though it's gold plate.
That little fake chain.
Ain't nobody know until they roll up on him. But my point is, you and Famous don't look scary. That's why Freddie rolled up. That's why Freddie rolled up on him.
Right.
Yeah, Freddie thought he was Bishop from Juice.
Exactly.
But look, can I ask y'all a question?
He thought he was Bishop.
Exactly.
Did y'all get a little bit of Omar Epps in too deep type of thing when he was sitting in that diner waiting and looking?
When they had the old picture of him when she looked at the undercover file,
and then he felt. I'm like, this Omar Epps in too deep right here. This Jay Reed right there. That's Jay Reed. Yeah, Omar Epps, you got to come on the show and talk about that, man, because we want to talk about that. But his character is really going to play a role, I think, in getting back into the game, because he's going to always be his son's protection. Like he showed that too.
Yeah, let's hope he makes it out the season though. Let's hope.
He will.
Let's hope he makes it out the season. But I think, this is where Rock is continuing to alienate herself from Kanan, because he already is keeping secrets from her. And then when he went to her and said, Famous got snatched up by the police, let's help. And she was like, oh, that's his mom's problem. That's not our problem. He ain't our family and stuff. That. And who did he call? His dad. He called Howard, and Howard delivered and not only got
the money back.
He got the money back.
Right.
Rock didn't do that.
And number three, And number 3, he also gave him a piece of paper that he said, "I want you to read." And guess
That's
what?
that DNA. That's that Dana.
Probably got the
That's
DNA.
the DNA.
Finally.
So
But-
guess what? Rock.
I was a little surprised that the way that Kanan presented it, because he made it seem like, oh, just famous got hemmed up, but to me,
Right.
the coming for both of them. So I feel like I was,
But he didn't get hemmed up though.
well,
He
that's
ran,
why he ran away. But I think
out loud.
I just feel like it would have been a little bit different if he said, "Mom, the cops were coming after
Right.
both of us."
but
Because
he ain't get. But see, he
one
get
second,
next.
but then because maybe that's gonna make her think, wait, why are the cops coming after you? Let's try to figure, try to backtrack the steps, because
Right.
they may still try to come after him. I don't know though. I don't know.
No, well, you know what? Yeah, they came out there because I think the old man saw
He
when
called the cops.
saw
He
them
called
when
the
they
cops.
were he called the cops when he beat up Freddie, wannabe
Yeah.
Bishop.
Remember, Famous was like, "Come on!" When the old man,
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, let's
like,
go."
"Yo, we gotta go."
The old man
But
called.
it was too crazy how they just came. As soon as they got downstairs, the cops was right there.
Yeah,
Right?
that's a bit much, and
That was kind of crazy.
But listen, yeah, so he did not deliver, and Kanan got more problems because the crack hood detective recognized him.
Gene, I was about to say,
Yeah.
The crackhead, he was like,
He was like, huh.
but then who else was out there? Who else was out there? In
that's
the
what I'm talking
words,
about. The
in the
crackhead.
words of Jay-Z, she digging herself a hole. She's sitting there. She keep digging and digging and digging about Howard. Watching all. Now she's gonna figure out. Oh, that's his son. So all the stuff that he's been doing.
I think the crackhead's going to talk to Burke.
The crackhead's gonna talk to Burke and said, "That's the kid that shot him." Because he was wearing Unique's jacket, but he gonna say, I recognize him. That's the kid.
That's the kid.
That's why Burke is gonna get.
So I'm on another panel, and I seem to be the only one that thinks Burke is gonna die this season. Everybody thinks he's gonna go.
Ain't die. No,
I think he's gonna die this season.
We're all with you because I think
this season.
No, and if she doesn't, she's got to go. Burke, we all
gotta
go.
I don't see them dragging it out past this.
No,
season.
she's dying this season because she's doing way too much.
Too much.
She's talking to the girl. She's checking his file. Like she was doing way too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pillow talking. She's checking his file. She's spying on him. And I saw the previews for next week. And in the preview, Symphony is telling Rock, this white cop is coming and asking me all questions about Kanan. And then next thing you know, you see Rock driving down the street, pointing the gun, turning the lights off. I'm like, okay, is she gonna do it, or is she pulling up on Howard or somebody else?
Right.
But trust me, Burke is gonna get up out of here, whether it's at Howard's hands, or Rock's or somebody else. I mean, she's got to go.
And that's a perfect setup for the crackhead to talk to Burke.
Oh man, isn't it? Oh my god.
That's
she's gonna go in.
Best crackhead on TV in like years. Like entertaining one I've seen in a long time.
Me too. When I saw him last season, I was like, oh, they need to give him a full-time gig. I said, he's hilarious.
He is hilarious. Yeah.
She's finally gonna get the information that she's been looking for from this particular person, and now it's really gonna start to open up stuff. And she gotta go because she's gonna get too close.
Yeah.
She's gonna start figuring stuff out. And I'm thinking he might do it. I'm thinking Howard.
That's what I said. That's one of my predictions. He's gonna do it because
he might have a meeting with his partner because she trusts him.
Yep.
And then that's gonna cause him to take her out because he's not gonna let nothing happen to Kanan.
No.
Why are you doing this? Because he's been on both sides. Because she said specifically, why is it a gap in between here? Oh, he must have went undercover. So if he went undercover, he know how to operate on both sides.
He absolutely knows how to operate.
She better watch out. I think he might be the one to take her out.
I think so too. I predicted that.
I agree with y'all. Well, we talked about Kanan and Howard Burke and all that. What about Marvin? I was like, Marvin is having quite the transformation, isn't he? Like,
Marvin's playing the game. Marvin is playing the game. I like Marvin. I love.
I like Marvin.
Marvin is growing.
No. When I say playing the game, he likes sis. I know he likes girlfriend.
Like Renee.
We like each other. We like each other.
Right.
You do like each other.
And that's what I mean by playing the game. He's playing that role. So he's going to give a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But Marvin's never going to really change. He is trying though. Well, he
He's
said he
tried.
tried, but he said he tried, and you know, but Marvin is in no position to be playing that type of mental play on people, because that's not the business you're in. You got to.
He's just trying to learn to just control the anger. That's
not the extreme, so how do I say this? I think if he has to kill somebody, Ron, he's gonna still kill somebody.
He's gonna still do that.
I think it's everything in between that, whether the interactions with his family, his daughter, or just simple interactions with people. When like the elevator incident, he started to implement, these things.
He is. You can tell.
But Marvin really, look, I think we drew a conclusion about Marvin's disposition, particularly with his daughter. And while he was dead wrong for handling his daughter the way he did, and I'm glad Rock kind of pushed on him and said, "You do that again, I'll kill you myself." Your daughter did spit in your face.
That's what everybody keeps forgetting, and I'm like,
you can't forget that.
He did. She was dead. She was dead wrong, and he blacked out.
No, that's my point.
I'm not saying it's right, but it's just kind of like,
right. That's a trigger, and he may have just blacked out. I didn't take that as an anger management situation.
He has anger issues. No, he has, because he almost killed her.
But that's why I said he blacked out. It was like, that's a trigger. And, and he just blacked out. He forgot who she was. He forgot who he was.
He forgot he was the parent, and this was the little girl and not a dude off the street.
He blacked out for real.
Yeah. I mean, he blacked out.
And I'm not saying that that's what he should have done.
Right.
But some things are triggers to people. And that could be just that. It could have been a trigger. He blacked out, and now he's sorry as hell. But I wish he stopped dancing around the issue. He really needs to sit her down and say, "Look,
you're
completely wrong."
I think he's trying to start a conversation. He does not know how.
But it's only one way to start that conversation, and to start that conversation is, "Look here, I was wrong. I was dead wrong to put my hands on you. You can't sit her down and think that she's going to do that. She's not going to do that. You just need to, like that, like right there at the dinner situation. If it were me, I would say, Jude, look, I'm wrong. I was dead wrong. I want you to hear me out for just 10 seconds. What you do and what you think about me from this point on is okay. But I was wrong. I should not have put my hands on you like that. I'm your father. I love you, and that should not have happened. If you still want to hate me from this point on, you have every right to. But you need to hear these words out my mouth right now. I was wrong."
And that's the only way that she's possibly gonna forgive him. He can't keep skating by with little nice compliments and little small. That's not gonna work. He has to be like Ron said. He has to be direct and apologize directly to her, and then whatever happens. But that has to happen first for there to be any glimmer of hope and possibility for their.
Two things happened this episode, right? I don't know if you guys noticed, right? This therapist is making him tap into his emotions, right? She's making him tap into his emotions. And then when he was in an apartment with his ex, he wasn't only upset that she left Juke, she was upset that she left him. I seen the tears in his eyes. He was like, "Yeah, you left. Stay away. Like, you only came back for Juke, but you left me too." And I seen it in his eyes. And this therapist is making him tap into his emotions and talk about it.
Exactly.
So he was man enough to come and man enough to come and talk about it to her.
I'm not sure if that was the therapist. I'm not sure if that was the therapist or his heart, because she broke his heart.
Yeah.
And when he found out that, where she lived, that's what that was. I mean, in other words, he didn't say it exactly. He didn't come out and say it. But like you said, you can see the hurt on his face. That was hurt coming from the heart, and telling her, my worry is that she doesn't leave, because he said, you need to leave. And my worry is that she continues to get close to Juke and Marvin snaps, because that man, that had hurt written all over his face.
Yeah, but I don't think he was snapping her though.
I don't know. I'm not saying that he would. I'm just simply saying, the way we know Marvin, he's not clear yet. He's still needing that
work in progress.
Yeah, he's still a work in progress.
He's hurt. He's hurt because she left him too. But he's also pissed because, like you left 16 years ago and you ain't looked back, and now you pop up like you been here
That's
and
the
you
danger.
chilling with Juke and stuff like it's all sweet, and
That's
you've
the
been
danger.
gone, and then she taking Juke out, you know, to try on dresses and stuff, trying
Sure.
to make
No, he
Juke.
might be happy about that part.
No,
He
he's
might be
not.
happy about that
I
part.
mean,
No,
Dress
he's
yeah,
not.
but
Yeah, I'm hardly happy
listen,
about that
he
part.
might, but I'm just saying the fact is that you not only she been gone all this time, but how long she been in Harlem? You know, she's been
Yeah.
in New York for some years and she ain't never reach out.
But
She
you
ain't look
heard
back.
her logic. Not that I agree, but her logic last week was it would have been, she wasn't sure if it would have been worse if she popped up. You know what I mean? Years later. I think she said when
But
she
I'm
was
like, so if Juke never reached out, you was just never gonna reach out. Like I understand
it's
that.
messed
Like,
up. It's messed
but
up.
I'm just saying for you to be in the same city and
I
you know doing your thing as if you don't have a child out there, and then now that she's back, you know,
Mhm.
she's reached out to you now, you know, because you see Juke is trying to conform. She's wearing her hair down. She's wearing dresses and everything. She looks beautiful too, you know. But I'm just saying she wants to be mommy's little princess and stuff. And I think it rubs Marvin the wrong way because like, yo, like you've been gone 16 years and then you get to come back and play mommy and act like everything is all sweet. Like,
And
no.
that's why I said Marvin is a powder cake, because you got hurt and then built on that jealousy and that animosity of the fact that she left her daughter. And then when, like he said, and not, I'm paraphrasing, you come back after all the work was done. And now you want to come back and take her from me? Oh no, she's got problems.
She ain't even talking to him, but she chilling with you, and
Yeah,
you've been gone all her.
she got problems.
Can I say something too? On behalf of Jukebox, right? Think about it like this, right? She's been raised to be tough as nails, right? Now she's kind of getting in touch with her femininity, and I've seen it. Like, did y'all see this when the friend came and said, "Oh, Jukebox, so you buying stuff now, right?" And then if y'all heard what he said, "Oh, I ain't know Juke look like a little John a little bit," you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but you missed the
way
point.
she looked.
But you
And the way
missed the
she
point.
looked.
You missed the point in her eyes when she said, "Is this it?" And her mother said, "No, we got another stop." And you missed that point when they put the camera on Juke in the eyes, in the mouth. She had that look like, oh God.
Yeah, she doesn't want to do it, but she's trying to please her mom now because she's
please her mother.
Right. Her mother's love and attention.
Right. But when that little boy said those words, though, she looked like
she liked attention from the boys.
Attention,
at the
because
church,
nobody's ever told her that she was beautiful. You see, they took the daggone song because she didn't have the look.
Right.
And now, you know, she's dressing up and everything, and she's being reassured that she is beautiful.
Yeah. But she can be, and I hope it's a lesson to her that you can be who you are and still look beautiful, and neither side has to detract from the other. You know, you can still do your music and look beautiful, give the fans what they want, but still be Juke. So, you know, you don't have to give up who you are just because. And I think, as what you were alluding to with the guy coming up to her and kind of giving her all that flavor, she's like, well, maybe this is a good
look.
A
good look.
And so, hey, why not be both?
Because think about it. She was raised to be tough as nails, and you know, so if you're tough, you know, she fell in love with someone that was soft, right? So she never had her mom around to, because if Rock was a mother figure, like she says she was, look at Rock. Rock never showed that emotional side of being a woman, right? Not saying that women are emotional, but she never showed that side. Now her mom is showing her the side, and she's like, wow, this is a good side to be on. I'm used to this over here, but like mom is showing me something different, you know? And now I'm getting praise for my gifts. Right. When I'm with my uncle and my family, my gifts are being stolen away from me because of how I look. You know, I think she's going to adjust because she's a far better singer, you know, but her music was stolen. Yeah, it was stolen because of the fact that she doesn't have that appearance. We know that in the industry with Monica and all of the young Brandy, when they were, the little boy look doesn't do good. You know, sex sells. You know, they want seductive.
But that's where I think, you know, not that Rock would not have done this, but Rock, here's the thing. Her mother brought out something that she never had, her beauty. And so I think if that had been done prior to Luke giving that giving the song to Ziza, when they initially said to her, look, let's just lose the sweats and get beautiful. If she were used to that, because see, now she sees that there's a flavor, that there's a thing that she can do. She sees now that she can be beautiful. She sees now that she can wear a dress and look appealing. So had that happened prior to Luke giving that song to Ziza, and if that had, you know, when they said lose the sweats, it wouldn't have been as hard for her, because remember, at that point, all she knew was that. She didn't know anything else. And now that she's with her moms, and her mom is showing her, you're a beautiful woman. And
that feminine side.
And she sees that, and she sees how her femininity is showing out in the public. Now she's beginning to see something that she never saw before.
Right. Right.
And also her mom is paying for stuff she's not having to boost.
Right.
Because that's what the fellas said. The fellas was like,
oh, so you paying for stuff now, huh?
Yeah, but there you go. Makes all the difference in the world.
Oh, that was funny.
It was.
This was truly a great episode, because what it did was show us aspects of everybody, right? You know, they went into detail with everybody. Like Jukebox, I hope that her character gets a little bit more, because I want to see her talents come, because she is by far a great singer. Of course, her mom is a great singer. And if they show that aspect of her being involved with her life, what Jukebox could potentially become, I think that'd be great too. That'd be dope.
I think they're going to show it. I think the way her mom is trying to mold her and everything, I'm telling you, I really feel like once she finds out about Juke's sexuality, that's going to be a roadblock, I think, especially since her mom is in the church.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't think that she's going to feel comfortable with Juke's sexuality and stuff. I think that's going to be another heartbreak for Juke.
It's going to go left for sure.
It is.
My mind, but I don't know for sure. That's a possibility, but I know for certain it's gonna go left. The relationship, sadly, something's gonna.
Yeah.
Hey, either that or Marvin is gonna make her go left. I'm telling you.
Well, that too. I mean, listen.
I don't trust Marvin. I don't trust him.
Or Rock. I don't trust Rock.
I don't trust Rock either.
She could threaten the girl too. A lot of possibilities here, but
that part I agree with you.
You know, wait a second. No, actually. No, because I feel like if she was gonna do it, she would have already done it. I don't think they're gonna do the Raquel route. I think something's gonna happen, and yeah.
I agree.
Well, I want to ask y'all about some death predictions. I think we already said that Burke is on the list. She's getting ready to get up out of here. I think Worrell too. Worrell is getting ready to get up out of here too, because Rock already said. You know, she was like, I don't trust him or Unique. Yeah, and they shouldn't trust Worrell, because he is working with
it might be Neek that takes out Worrell, because he's already still pissed off that he jumped ship. So, you know, don't sleep on.
No, he's working with he's the one helping Unique line everything up.
I think it'll be Lou. If he does go out, it'll be Lou, because he ain't gonna miss the second time. I think it'll be Lou.
That's a good point. But Louis, he's gonna go. Worrell's gonna go.
Worrell, once that whole situation is set up, really Unique has no need for
him. No need.
And
he already introduced the two sides, so he was the plug.
And I can see it right now, saying, okay, you didn't, you know, your business here is done. And
Rock might do it herself, because she already
told him. Yeah, she said, you know, the first person that comes out and tells you that they're on your side.
Loyal, they usually not. Right.
Usually not.
And she's proven,
they made it too obvious with that one. She was just like, this awfully convenient, huh? How this worked out. Like, yeah, she ain't always right, but she also ain't stupid.
But she ain't dumb. No,
she also proved when she's not right, she'll take you out, even if without no second thought. You know what I mean? She'll take you right out, and then be like, oh wow. She shoot first and ask questions later. You know, that's Rock personality.
Scrap. Yeah.
Scrap, yeah. Scrap wasn't supposed to go.
Scrap, I still don't think Scrap was a snitch.
Oh, we know he wasn't. We know he wasn't. But do y'all think they're gonna revisit that? Because for me, I was a little surprised that the following episode there was no follow-up
about Scrap.
I think so. I think she
was known for holding something putting on pause and then revisiting it later. So I wonder if they're gonna revisit it and they're gonna realize, oh my gosh, we killed him and he was innocent.
I think so.
Yeah, and
I
he
think
was a
she's
good
gonna
dude.
find out that
Right.
he
You think she'll
wasn't the
find out?
snitch.
You think it'll
Yep.
come back up?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. I think she's gonna eventually find out that he wasn't the script. Just like, Ghost had to find out that Roller wasn't
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
killed Roller for nothing. So she's gonna find out.
Question is the snitch still out there then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point. I think you would almost have to do a whole episode on the snitch.
Right.
I don't know if they're going to spend the time because
Okay.
I don't know if it'll be the whole episode, but I think it's gonna be introduced. I mean,
well, you got to
Yeah.
spend some time on developing it because we don't know. And so I don't think it's just
it has been developed. Scrap got
Yeah, they
Scrap
started to
got-
develop it.
no. What's not been developed is the snitch itself, the person
Yeah, the
itself.
storyline behind
The
that.
storyline behind that hasn't been developed. So my
Mhm.
point is, you got to develop it. It just
Yeah.
you got to write it in some kind of way. But
Yeah,
Maybe they-
the snitch is probably hiding in plain sight. That's what I'm
but
saying.
who-
It's
but
probably somebody.
we thought the mother. We thought whose
Jasmine.
mother was it?
Listen, it could be Warrell. I mean, it could be somebody that's already in the realm. I was thinking of Mom, but it could be anybody at this
No.
point.
You know what? At this point, he's dead, and I don't think Rock don't give a damn.
No, I don't think so either. But
I'm disappointed in that. With
I really
her.
don't care. I really don't think she's gonna care one way or the other.
Because she's
Well-
convicted in thinking that she's right.
Right.
Now,
so
I think
always-
if she finds out that she was wrong, then we're gonna see like a reaction. But we saw the emotion from Marvin and Lulu because they knew it wasn't right. They knew she jumped the gun. They should have waited for more evidence.
Mhm.
So I'm glad they at least showed the men having the emotion because that was like a brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he was one of her most loyal soldiers because even when she first heard it from Howard, she was like, "No,
Yeah.
he wouldn't." Like most people knew that Scrap was a soldier, and he wouldn't do that. So that's why I feel like when she finds out, she is gonna, I mean, what's done is done, but she's gonna be blown.
Yeah.
I think the only reason Marvin kind of really went along with it because of the conversation they had in the hallway. And Scrappy was really upset because they didn't elevate him. And he had been a loyal trooper the whole time.
Right.
And so I can kind of understand why you might think he was the
Yeah, I
snitch.
mean, they caught him in a lie.
Yeah,
I mean,
and they caught him in a lie too. So that's
Yeah.
those are strikes you really don't want against you when
yeah.
when
But
you're
he didn't know they was looking and lurking. I think if he knew they was looking and lurking, he probably would have told the truth. But
But he should have told the truth off rip because Marvin asked multiple questions.
exactly.
Crying.
you should have
Okay,
peeped.
so where exactly were you? Or where exactly this cousin? Who's his cousin? Like he kept asking. So, it's unfortunate, but I just wanted y'all's opinion to see, a little theory / prediction that I have.
No, I
Well,
mean,
any
it's
other
fine.
predictions? Do y'all have any other predictions and stuff before we
I don't know who else we can get rid of. I don't think it'll be.
get rid of?
I
I'm just
for
saying,
sure,
not just that, but just predictions.
for sure Warwell's going. That's for sure.
That's one of mine. I think.
Warrell Burke. Anything just about moving the story forward as far as predictions.
Well, I can see, but you know what? It would make sense for something to happen to Juke's mom because that hardens Juke again, and we know where Juke winds up. So and we know something had to have happened because
Or her leaving again. That will harden her too.
Well,
Like
that's what I'm
for
saying.
that, she
That's
already
what-
left.
No, that's
And then
what
for her to up and-
Kip, that's what I'm saying. One or
That's
the other, whether she dies or whether she leaves,
Just both, yeah.
something has to harden her,
Yep.
go back to where because it looks like she wants to be with her mom's, and she looked like she's loving that because she still had the dress on when she went to Rock.
She's looking for love. That.
So something hardens her again. So I'm thinking her mom is going to be out of the picture soon.
Because everyone's talking about the moment when Kanan's gonna finally change. You're gonna see that hardcore Kanan, but no one's talking about when Jukebox gets hardened.
Exactly.
And I think she became harder before he did, possibly.
Yes.
So Ron is onto something. We might see it this season or the
I believe it.
next season. because she, she was a bad ass mamma jamma.
Yes.
The way
Listen.
Kanan was scared of her, Ghost was scared of her,
Right.
and
Everybody. Oh my God.
right.
Listen, I was scared of her. I was like in power. I was like, I would rather face Kanan than Jukebox.
Hey,
I was like, because anytime she was like, the way she was telling him to go about getting rid of Ghost and Tariq, and she was just willing to kill a kid, I was like, oh,
that's a big.
that's what I said. I said she was worse than Kanan.
and she got a badge.
And she had a
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
hello.
Yeah, she
That's
had
a
no
license.
Kanan did kill an elderly woman. I didn't like that scene. I was very disturbed by that scene, but
yeah,
they showed us to show us how hard he was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anyway, it should be interesting to see how they develop.
Will be. Will be.
Well, what about so we said we were giving Lou the game ball. I heard you say that earlier, Ron. So Lou gets the game ball.
He gets game ball.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm cool with that.
And
I mean, can I offer a nice
yes,
mention?
yes.
Unique. That was a brilliant plan.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was
mean,
Yeah.
that was
I
a
think
great.
he could get the game ball too. He could, yes. I think definitely
At least
honorable
an
mention.
honorary mention, at least.
No, he deserves that because he's playing chess. I'm telling you, he's about to come back on top.
Yeah.
He's about to flip it on.
Once you got that Italian muscle, it's totally different. That's
yeah,
how
he's about to flip on rock. He's about to
He's
flip
playing
the tables.
both sides. He knows what he's doing.
But,
Taking our business.
but be careful now, because Italians don't like black folk either.
They don't. They don't like us, but they definitely tolerate us.
No,
especially if they
will use him until they no longer need him.
That's
so that's why you got to watch his back too, because while you think you in like Flint, you're not.
Well, listen, Bumpy Johnson. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
Bumpy Johnson. So
he ain't no Bumpy Johnson.
No, but I'm just saying there was
some exception.
an alliance. There was an exception.
Right. Well, Bumpy had heat
for a time.
Right, because Bumpy had heat, and he had muscle, and Bumpy used his mind to play the game.
And Unique is too. Unique is playing chess.
Unique
is playing chess.
School's still out for me with Unique, because to me the move that he made is it's an obvious move. You know that Rock was trying to push in on Jersey. Italians. It wasn't a brilliant move to me. It was an obvious move to me. I want to see where he takes it from this point.
Well, he takes her business. Listen, he also knows that Rock is the one that set him up. So this is once he flips the table on her, not only is he taking the business back, it's going to be revenge.
Yeah, I mean,
he's going to take all that from her, and it's going to be like, you sent me to the bing.
I don't see Rock allowing that to happen.
She's not going to allow it, but
she's not going to allow it. But it's getting ready to go down. Something's getting ready to happen. I think he's, listen, in war there's some battles. There's battles. Small, you win some and you lose some, and then eventually somebody wins the war. And she won one battle last season when she put him in the Bing, and when he came out the Bing, he came home to nothing. Even took Warrell to work for him and stuff.
She won a couple little battles, but
exactly. That's what I'm saying. And now that he's in the mix with the Italians and stuff, I think he's gonna rise up and he's gonna win a battle against Rock. He is. I think
Rock's back is really against the wall because she can't really go toe to toe with the mob. What makes the plan even better is because he is going to be overseeing the stuff. Now that takes it up another notch. Not only we have to work together, but you're going to oversee me and my. So that's why I say it's a great plan. Now we know Rock is not going to take it laying down, but it's going to be more challenging for her versus last time where she could just move, make a couple moves, and it's going to be more challenging because she's got Unique in the mob, and she saw what happened. She almost got killed last week. So it'll be interesting to see how she tries to come back.
And that's why I said what I said earlier, about if anyone is to take Rock out, it'll be him. And the reason why is this, right? Remember what he made sure he emphasized, like, listen, we used to be partners, meaning like rivals in this New York game, right? So now if he's putting him in control of New Jersey, right? And if he takes out her, he'll control New York, which puts the mob in control of New York.
Well, Rock isn't dying anytime soon, I can tell you that. But
I don't think so either.
Well,
but he's saying in the long
I don't know
run,
if she's gonna. I still don't know if she dies, because in Power, that infamous scene when Kanan came back from jail, he said, I just saw my mom. So we still don't know.
And people always say that, but I think he was talking about the grave. I do. I really,
but we don't know.
Think he,
for
right.
Sure.
I don't think she was alive. I think he meant the grave, only because when he died in
there was
no 5, there was nobody to pick up his body. That's why Tariq was able to go as Eric Stark and claim his ashes. There was no one to pick him up. So that's why I think when he said, I'm going to see my mom, I think at that point he was
in the grave.
Okay.
Exactly. She's going to be taken out, but I'm thinking that it's going to be unique.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how long they keep Unique, because I see this series going at least 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah.
Again, if Rock dies, it will not be until way later.
We'll see. We'll see with Unique too, because I've seen all types of theories, and I don't say that I buy into this or not, but I've seen people saying stuff like they think Unique might be Breeze, and we gotta get introduced to Breeze.
Y'all, because they are killing me on the internet with the Breeze theories.
Breeze
ain't coming into this game until later, y'all. So
I think so too.
If they even feature him, so
we gotta get introduced to Breeze, because Breeze was connected to Kanan, and then we know that Ghost took Breeze out. So
I think Rock, I think her demise will be from the Italians as well as Unique. I just don't put anything past them. The Italians certainly don't need Rock. They don't need Unique. They'll use them until a point, and when the point's done, they're gonna get rid of them. And I think that's where Rock meets her demise.
But my thing is, it's too early for that.
No, I don't mean anytime now. It won't be the next season. It may not be it won't be.
You're talking about when it's all said and done.
Yeah,
you don't think they're gonna drag it out and they're gonna continue to be rivals for multiple seasons, or you think they're gonna go away? She's gonna have other rivals, and
they'll introduce other things. I think, and you know what? We may see a Breeze in the next season or two. So I don't know.
Right.
And whatever role he plays, I don't know what that will be. But no, I think the Italians will come back at some other point.
Okay.
And that'll be the demise of Rock. Because I'm telling you, to me, that was if you could step in it, you just stepped in it. They're not going to forgive you or forget what you did.
Yeah. I'm glad they're making it realistic, though, with the whole mob thing. I'm glad that it's easy for Rock. I'm glad they shut it down and they showed us, hey, the reality is you can't do this, and
you can't just run up in here.
I'm glad they wrote it like that. Because if they just kept making Rock win all the time, it wouldn't be realistic. It would be competitive and boring. So I'm glad they wrote it like this.
No, and that's why I believe that Unique is going to end up back on top. I think he's going to win a battle against Rock, because he's, and plus I keep going back to what I said about hearing that interview with Joey Badass when they asked him what was his favorite episode.
And
he said 10, the season finale. He said it was action packed. So I was like, oh, he must be going off in that one. He must,
he's either going off, or he dies and goes out
in a blaze of, he's probably getting busy. It's probably getting tight. Yeah, we don't know, but I
love Unique, and I think he's on top right now, but I think when it's said and done, he's gonna die.
Oh, I think so too. I don't think he's gonna last this entire series.
I love Unique.
He's killing that role. But what about, before we shut it down, who gets the hands? Who gets the hands this week?
Burke, of course.
Oh yeah, she deserves a hand. Burke gets the hands for sure.
Yeah, I want to give her hands every week, because she's doing too much.
She's doing way too much.
That's her partner, and they already told her that's your partner. You're never supposed to do that to your partner. She's still digging and digging and digging and digging and digging. That's gonna be the demise of her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Kanan the hands for not telling his mother straight up what happened to that money.
I was gonna give Crown the hands, but he already got them.
He got more than hands. Yeah.
Crown got his hands. Yeah,
he got a rope around his neck.
Ooh, that's a bad way to go out too. Oh Jesus.
That XLR cable, that audio cable around his neck. Yeah, he got hands and an XLR cable.
Yeah, just make it quick for me. Just
yeah, he did, because it was a struggle. They
Yeah.
showed up that studio.
I thought he was about to get up out of it when he elbowed him. I thought he was about to get up out of it, but no.
I don't know what it is. A little part of me still feels bad. I don't know what it is.
I understand that, because he's not in the game, and you think like, sheesh, but he really did buy his death though. He did 3 strikes.
He did. I mean, he wanted the power that much. Like I said, y'all, he knew it. He said it. If Lulu found out, I'm dead. So, like you said, he bought his death.
Yeah, he did. And you go to his sister. His sister.
Dumb decision. I mean, yeah.
But he thought he was doing the right thing, because he knew his sister wanted him there, and he don't want him there. So, like, if I tell her, like, I don't want him here, can you take him back? He thought that would give her the courage to be like, all right, come back.
Did you really think that somebody's sibling may not tell them at some point that they had this conversation? That's still, regardless, that's still his sister.
I'm sorry. You screw his woman, and then you go.
Then he was out of power for that.
He was messing up the business. He was putting his name.
Yeah,
he said last week, he said to that guy, he was like, he took everything I had, not to laugh in his face. So he was out here, he was clowning Lou in the streets and sabotaging him. And then you gonna say to his face that you never gonna be nothing more than Rock's baby brother? No.
Yeah, respect. And if you can't give that, anything.
Deuces.
I thought he was gonna get the cord for the girl situation, messing with his girl. That was enough to get the cord.
Literally.
Yeah, but he was like, "Nah, you didn't really cross the line. You went to my sister. Nah,
Yeah.
So that was that.
Right.
And in the great words of Boys to Men, it was the end of the road.
End of the road.
And on that note, no, I'm sorry.
Yes, on that note, for this broadcast too, it is the end of the road. And so, thank you guys for your commentary. As always, we love having you. And Tiara will be back next week. Please follow us on social media. Please subscribe. I should have said that from break. Subscribe. Hit the like button. Follow us on all our social media channels: IG, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. And follow our playlist. As I said, we had Omar Dorsey on, who plays Cartier. Those of y'all who are Queen Sugar fans, he's Hollywood. And we've had a lot of other guests, including last season we had London Brown and many other guests from The Shy, Ozark. Y'all watch Ozark.
P-Valley.
P-Valley, got Nico and Nan. So please check out our playlist and follow us and subscribe and click the notification bell so that you can watch everything that we drop. Follow our guests too on their social media. We'll make sure that their social media handles and everything are in the description box. Right. And we look forward to episode 7 next week with y'all. And Tiara will be back to hold us down. So that's all I have to say. If no one else has anything else to say, we'll shut it down.
Have a great week.
Right.
You supposed to be this close to me, and hopefully you understand G.O.D. Maybe this cold and I'm talking like no degrees. This ain't a fluke. I seen it way before it ever happened. He gave me the view. I had to put in my time on the TV. It coming in soon. I couldn't leave it all up to a variant or an experience. You gotta get up and do what it do. So complicated, homie, it's you. Always gonna wait until you in the mood. I've been running, came out gunning, stopped the fronting on your word. It's what you hear, not what you heard. I'ma hang on every verb. I'ma show you what it's worth.